So you're coming to the Carter County area and you have a big old fifth wheel, RV, whatever, some kind of trailer that you need to find a place to stay for a while. Little did you know, but I have full-timed in an RV for a spell of time. That's how I actually came to love Oklahoma. So stay tuned as I take you to a couple of my favorite parks here in the area. Hi everybody, my name is Stacy Hesser and I'm a licensed realtor here in the state of Oklahoma, serving the south portion of the state all along the I-35 corridor. There goes my dog. Just making sure he's not chasing a rabbit someplace. Anyways, we have full-timed in a large fifth wheel. It's just over 40 feet long, and we needed to find a place that would accommodate us and something that is so big and that we could stay in for a while. We've actually lived in and out of Ardmore a few times here for, probably just over a year at the longest at one of the parks, but I wanted to just share with you a couple of the parks that I felt had the best accommodations here in the Carter County area. They are just south of Ardmore, and they have big spots, and just stay tuned as we take you for a little drive.
Okay, before we go on our little driving trip here, I just wanted to go ahead and pull up the websites for both of these parks and also show you where they are on a map. Both of them are actually in pretty close proximity to one another, but I wanted you to see where they are in relation to Ardmore to really make your pick on which park you want to possibly utilize. I am going to pull up the websites because their rates, of course, do change. Some of them have seasonal rates, and they'll also have daily, weekly, and monthly rates as well. Like I said, my husband and I did full-time in our RV, our fifth wheel, for quite a while. My husband is actually still full-timing in the fifth wheel. He's up in Ada right now. So if you need to know anything about Ada, just let me know. I can tell you where we're at and where we've stayed and what we've enjoyed up there. But hold on, and I'm going to go ahead and pull up the map so you can see where the first park is. Start my screen share. Okay, so our first park is the By the Lake RV Resort. So just so I'm going to give you a little disclaimer here. This park was actually under construction when my husband and I were full-timing here in Ardmore. We actually stayed at the other park, but I will say that this probably would have been the park of our choice just because the entire park is paved, and of course you have concrete slabs to stay on. So here is the town of Ardmore right here. And then you can see that you're down here very close to Lake Murray Park if that's something that you're looking to entertain. Their actual address is right here. Oh God, sorry, let me get my readers. 1031 Lodge Road, and it's of course just off of the Highway 77. This is an overpass that you can exit on I-35. I want to say it's like exit 24 or 26. I'm not quite for sure on that, but it's pretty close to the border. But again, as you can see, you just go ahead and pull off of I-35 and it's right here. And you're probably, I don't know, about 10 minutes out of town. So if you've got a car or something that you can drive up to Ardmore, it's just a quick little trip on Highway 77. Or if you want to get back on the interstate, you can do that too. The website is called bythelakerv.com, bythelakerv.com, which of course is the name of the park and resort. They have a great website, gives you some ideas of things to do around town here. We of course have golfing. Lake Murray is going to be a big draw for you where you're at down there. But again, my husband and I, we were actually here in Ardmore for work, so we just needed a place to be able to stay with the big dog and not have to rent a place. As you can see right now, they are offering winter rates at $495. That of course is their monthly rate. They do have, that includes their electricity, full hookup, Wi-Fi, and then some cable if you're into all of that. We always had a hotspot and just did Netflix and whatever. They do say that cabins are coming soon. They don't have cabins yet, but if you do need cabins, the other park that I'm going to show you does have cabins. One thing that they had here that they didn't have at the other park that we were in was a dog park, and I really honestly would have appreciated that very much. Like I said, we full-timed in a fifth wheel because I do have a large dog, and it just would have made my life a little bit easier. I ended up going to the Ardmore Regional Park, which is a great place to go. There's so much to do there. If you haven't checked out my video on the parks of Ardmore, definitely do that. But there's the Ardmore Regional Park has just a ton of stuff to do up there. And like I said, they've got a great dog park up there too.
Okay, so here we are at the By the Lake RV Resort at 1031 Lodge Road. This is the driveway coming into the park, and you'll see right here you've got a big propane tank, so you can do propane tank fills right there at the park. It always makes it super convenient if you don't have to load up your tanks and drive them someplace. These are all of your dumpsters for the entire park, so you don't have to listen to the garbage man rolling in and out of the park. That makes it a little bit nice. Sometimes they do it a little bit early in the morning. That right there is a little water reservoir. There is a trail going down, so you can walk down there. This isn't the one I would recommend fishing in, though. They do have a separate pond that you can actually fish in. But you can see that the grounds are pretty well groomed, and of course, we are driving in on asphalt. Coming up, you're going to be seeing what I envied the most at this park. It's a great dog park area with a little bench, so I could have taken my Ziggy boy. He would have been running around in there like a little mad dog and being a crazy boy. Right here is your laundry and shower facilities. So if you don't have a shower, you would be able to shower in the facilities that are there on site. Coming up here is a pond that you can actually fish in. There's some other great fire pits, benches, just a really nice place to just go and relax and maybe cast a line or two. Some extra entertainment there. Always got to appreciate that. Again, this park is in very close proximity to Lake Murray. And what you're going to see here, all of the weekenders, daytimers are all here in the very beginning. Those would be the short-term people here that we're driving by now. Back towards the back would be your monthly rates. And it just makes it nice when they seclude you. Full-timing, I can easily tell you it wasn't pleasant listening to people pulling in and out of their spot at crazy hours. You never know. Right there is the overflow parking, so you can see that there's actually some trailers and boats that are parked in there now. So those would be all of your full-timers parked back here. And then we're just looping back around, coming back up to the front of the park and driving through. You can see that several of the spots are, for the shorter trailers, you've got back in, or you've also got other spots that you can actually pull straight through. So they do accommodate, longer rigs. It makes it very nice if you don't have to try to back up something that's 40 feet long. So again, this is all of your daytimers, weekenders that are up here. You can see that all of the spots are fully concrete slabs, making it very nice. You don't have to step out of your car and step into gravel or mud or whatever in case it's raining. I would appreciate that very much. You also have picnic tables at each spot. Always nice to be able to sit outside and have your meal. It's always got to be that one person. I'm not sure, but they're just a little bit out in the road. Just got to be that one. Good facilities to be able to just drive around and lots of area to, if you don't want to run in a park, you can run through here. That makes it really nice if you're looking to get some exercise while you're staying here. Again, you can see that these are pull-through spots, making it very nice. And then there in the distance is the clubhouse. There's a really great playground up there for kids to play at. And there's a swimming pool in the back there too. Like I said, it does get up to be over 100 degrees here in Oklahoma. So having a swimming pool to dip in makes it very nice. There's the playground. Nice place for the kids. And then coming up here on the clubhouse. Like I said, back behind there is a swimming pool. The other park has a pool also. But that's it for our tour for By the Lake RV.
Okay, so let's go ahead and check out the other park. This is the one, like I said, that we actually stayed at. It was called Hidden Lake RV Park when we were there. They have since changed the name. There are new owners there. It is now called the Red River Rose RV Resort. And again, they are a full service park. They have a clubhouse. They've got full facilities. We never ran into any problems. It was really a good place for us to stay. We were in and out of that park for almost 3 years, if you can imagine that. And they are located at 4661 Hedges Road. So let's pull that up on the map. So the other park was right down here. This one is right here. So it is just a little bit closer to Ardmore. To get to this park, you can take the same exit as you would for the By the Lake RV Resort and then just take 77 up and over. Or you can do what we always did, which is get off in this exit right here and then come on down. So this would be Hedges Road. Let me zoom in a little closer so you can see. So right here, you can see this is Hedges Road. And we would just get off on this exit right here. Never had any issues having a large, lengthy trailer or anything like that. The turns were all really easy to navigate, so that all made it really good. The one thing I would kind of say, like I said, we probably would have stayed at the other park over the Red River Rose. This one is closer to the highway. You are going to hear more highway noise than you would at the other park. Even though it is a little further out of town down here. Both facilities do have overflow parking if you have additional trailers or anything else you need to stay. Both of them had small stores in them. Both of them, well, I know the Red River Rose allows you to receive mail there. You'd have to check on it with the By the Lake RV Park, but I'm sure, I haven't actually stayed someplace that didn't take mail. So anyways, just some things that I know full-timers need to be concerned about and make sure that they can have accommodations for that. Again, this one's probably about, I don't know, 7-8 minutes outside of Ardmore. If I zoom back out, you can see again. So here's the town of Ardmore right here. And if you really want to see, like I said, I believe this is exit 28. So you're 28 miles away from the border between Texas and Oklahoma. So it kind of gives you a little bit of an idea of where you're at.
Okay, so here we are at the Red River Rose RV Resort at 4661 Hedges Road. That right there is the office with a little bit of a surplus area, shopping area, in case you forgot something for your RV. They also do repair work in there. Also, there's a shop that can accommodate you in case you have a little bit of a problem. There's an on-site mechanic to help you out. Right here is the clubhouse. On the right-hand side are the laundry facilities, and then the left side here that you can see with the camera, you'll be seeing the bathrooms and shower area. You also have a pool, playground, and that right there, those are water slides. Water slides, that's right. There's also a floating dock that they'll put out in the middle of the pond there too, so people can swim to it. I'm speeding up the camera because we kind of drove through here a little bit slow, but these spots up here that we are driving by, those are your daytimers, weekenders. You can see you've got dumpsters right there to accommodate those people. Another pond, lots of turtles used to live in that pond. I loved it. And there's your slides, there's the water slides. I used to kind of entertain myself as I was working out of the fifth wheel and watch the kids play if I needed a little break. But down here, these are all of your full-time RVers. You can see you do have a concrete slab to set your RV on, your fifth wheel on. But unfortunately, when you park your car, you're on the gravel. That is your overflow parking on the left. So if you are pulling a trailer or have another car, you can park it there. We're just coming around on the bottom side here. This is right next to I-35. I apologize. I feel like I got a little bit I don't know, sidetracked or something. I kind of pan a little bit here. So I apologize for that. But anyways, coming up on the other side, this is going to be the south side of the park. Nice area for the dogs to play, kids to run around, whatever. There's dumpsters just to my left there. And again, this is the back side of that clubhouse with the pool. Again, you've got on-site propane also. So again, you don't have to take your tanks out. You can just get them filled right there at the park. Another nice thing about this park is we're going to be pulling back out onto Hedges Road right here. But if you didn't want to stay right next to the highway, you could stay down here at their second little area right here. So it does give you a little bit more privacy. There is some tent setups down here, and then you do have bathrooms again. More dumpsters. You can see that you've got pull through there. We didn't stay down here because there were no concrete pads, so that was a downer for us. One other thing, just a little side note, we ended up with 8 inches of rain in about a 12-hour period, and this whole area had flooded. So just FYI on that one. We do get some wicked rains here. It does not happen on a regular basis whatsoever. I've been here for about 6 years now, and it's happened twice in that period of time where we've had that much rain in that short of a period of time. But again, on the right-hand side, you can see the tent camping. Those are all your tent sites there. And then we're just coming back out onto Hedges Road again.
My husband's still full-timing up in Ada. Let me just show you where that is. A little bit, it's about an hour away from here, but it just makes it a lot easier for him. He works construction, so he has to get up early, and I'd rather him not have to drive that at 5 o'clock in the morning every day. But if you do need any ideas for full timing in a fifth wheel up in Ada, we're in a great park right now. It is a dirt road again, but it's got a lot of trees, which when it's 100 degrees outside makes a world of difference with the air conditioning units in your fifth wheel or motor home. We also full timed up in the city for a while. So if you have any questions about staying up there, I've got a couple of great park recommendations up there as well. So I hope you guys find this useful. I hope you enjoy our little driving tours to check it all out. And be sure to like, comment, share, whatever. So if you have any questions, feel free to comment below. And as always, I look forward to hearing from you. Bye.
Hi everybody, my name is Stacy Hesser and I'm a licensed realtor here in the southern Oklahoma. My name is Stacy Hesser and I'm a licensed realtor here in the state of Oklahoma, serving the southern region of Hi everybody, my name is Stacy Hesser and I'm a licensed realtor here in these. Why am I stumbling over this? I've said it a million times.
Like, whoop, my little thing's hiding it. Let me move this down. Why does it keep hiding? That's so funny.